Most people will never become fluent in English, not because they aren't smart enough, but because nobody ever told them the real reason they keep failing. Today, that changes. You don't need a teacher, you don't need expensive courses, and you don't need a perfect environment to learn English. What you actually need is something far simpler than any of that. And the truth is, most learners completely ignore it. Right now, thousands of people around the world are becoming fluent in English entirely on their own. No classroom, no private tutor, and no money spent at all. So how are they doing it? 5 steps. That is all it takes. Just 5 simple steps. Let's begin. Step 1. Take full responsibility for your own learning. Now, here is a hard truth that most people really don't want to hear. No teacher can make you fluent. No app can make you fluent. And no course can make you fluent. They can help you along the way, but the real work, that is entirely on you. Think about going to the gym for a moment. A personal trainer can show you every single exercise that exists, but they cannot lift the weights for you. Nobody can do that part except you. Learning English works exactly the same way. The effort must come from you. Here is what most learners are actually doing, and it is costing them years of progress. They are waiting for the perfect teacher, waiting for the perfect app, waiting for the perfect moment to finally start. And that perfect moment never comes. But here is the thing that changes absolutely everything. The second you stop waiting and start taking real action, your English begins to improve immediately. Stop asking yourself why learning English is so hard. Start asking instead, what can I do today to improve? That one simple shift in your thinking can change your entire English journey forever. Imagine 2 learners, same resources, same challenges, same starting point. The first learner blames everything around them. The second learner takes full responsibility. After just 1 year, their English levels are completely and dramatically different. The responsible learner wins every single time, without exception. Here is something really important to understand. You already have everything you need to start right now. The smartphone sitting in your pocket gives you access to every English resource in the entire world. Just a few decades ago, that was completely impossible for most people. Today, it is free. So the question is never whether opportunities to learn English exist. The question is always this one: are you actually using them? Take control. Stop waiting and start today. Step 2. Create a simple daily English routine. Now, this step might look simple on the surface, but do not underestimate it for even a second. This is genuinely one of the most powerful things you can possibly do for your English. Let me show you the exact mistake that most learners make. They study English for 3 hours on Monday, then nothing for 5 days, then 2 hours on Sunday, and then nothing again for a whole week. And they honestly believe they are working incredibly hard. But they are not. They are wasting their own time and energy without realizing it. Here is what actually works. 30 minutes every single day. No exceptions whatsoever. That is really it? Yes, that is genuinely it. Because here is something most people never understand about language learning. It rewards consistency far more than intensity. Read that one more time. Language learning rewards consistency more than intensity. Now let us do the simple math. 30 minutes a day adds up to 180 hours every single year. 180 hours of focused English practice will completely transform your level. I promise you that. You might not fully believe that yet, but you will. One more important warning before we move on. Do not create a routine that you cannot realistically follow. Do not tell yourself you will study 4 hours every single day. You will feel great for 3 days, and then you will quit. Say this instead: I will do 30 minutes every single day, and mean it. And then actually do it. That is the entire secret right there. Here is a beautifully simple daily routine that has worked for thousands of learners around the world. 10 minutes of listening, 10 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of speaking practice. That is all. Simple, realistic, and genuinely powerful when done consistently over time. Now here is the deeper secret that almost nobody ever talks about. Motivation comes and goes. You simply cannot rely on it day after day. but habits stay, even when your motivation completely disappears. So build the habit first. The motivation will naturally follow. Think about it like planting a tree. You do not plant a seed today and expect to see a full tree tomorrow. You water it every single day without seeing any visible results, day after day, week after week, month after month. And then, one beautiful day, you look outside and there is a tree. Your English is that tree. Water it every single day without fail. Step 3. Learn through listening every single day. If you could only choose one skill to practice every single day, it would be this one, without any question at all. Here is what most learners spend the majority of their time on: grammar. They study rules endlessly. They memorize tables. They fill in worksheets. And then they still cannot understand a real English conversation at all. Why does this keep happening? Because grammar rules do not train your ears. They only train your eyes on a page. Listening is what actually trains your ears to recognize real English. Think about how every single child on earth learns their first language. They do not study grammar first. They do not open a single textbook first. They listen for months, for years, before they ever say a single word. And then suddenly they speak, naturally and effortlessly. Your brain works exactly the same way. The same process is completely available to you right now. The more English you hear, the more natural English becomes for your brain. The sounds stop feeling strange and foreign. The patterns become recognizable. Understanding gets easier and easier over time. And here is honestly the best part about daily listening. You can do it almost anywhere at any time. Walking, exercising, cooking, traveling, waiting in line, during your lunch break. English is playing in your ears, and you are improving without even sitting down to formally study. But be careful here. Most learners make one very critical mistake with their listening practice. They choose content that is far too difficult for their current level. They jump straight into fast native speaker conversations and complex academic discussions. They understand almost nothing. They feel frustrated and defeated, and eventually they quit entirely. Please do not make that same mistake. Choose listening material that is close to where you actually are right now. You should be able to understand most of what you hear, with just a few new words and expressions mixed in to keep you growing steadily. That perfect balance between comfort and challenge is absolutely everything. Now, let me share a powerful listening technique that most people never try. Listen to the exact same audio 3 separate times. The first time, just focus on understanding the overall main idea. Do not stress about individual words. The second time, listen again and actively notice new words and phrases you missed the first time. The third time, pay close attention to pronunciation, natural rhythm, and how sentences actually flow together. You will be genuinely amazed by how much more you understand with each additional listen. Here is something that honestly surprises most people when they first hear it. Consistent listening actually improves your speaking ability too. The sentences you hear today will naturally become the sentences you produce tomorrow when you speak. Every single listening session stores useful and natural language patterns deep inside your brain. And later, when you need to speak, those patterns come out naturally and automatically. That is not just a theory. That is exactly how language acquisition actually works. So listen every single day, even for just 15 minutes, and trust the process completely. Step 4. Read easy English content every single day. Let me describe the exact mistake that almost every learner makes when it comes to reading. They choose books that are far too advanced for their current level. They stop to look up almost every single word. They feel frustrated and exhausted, and then they stop reading completely. And then they convince themselves that reading simply does not work for them. But reading absolutely works. They just chose completely the wrong material to start with. Let me use the gym comparison one more time because it truly works perfectly here. When you first walk into a gym, you do not immediately grab the heaviest weights on the entire rack. You start with something you can actually manage comfortably, something appropriate for your current strength. Then you slowly increase the difficulty week by week. Reading in English works in exactly the same way. You must start where you actually are, not where you wish you already were. Start easy, simple short stories, easy news articles, learner-friendly websites, beginner-level books. These materials might feel almost too basic. They might seem embarrassingly simple, but they are not. When the content is genuinely easy to understand, your brain actually learns much more efficiently. You stay motivated, you read more, and reading more is precisely what creates real, measurable improvement. Reading more is what actually creates real improvement. Remember that. Here is exactly what regular reading does to your brain over time. It shows you vocabulary being used in real, meaningful context. It shows you grammar being applied naturally in real sentences. It shows you how ideas are actually expressed and communicated in English. Not through dry rules written in a textbook, through real, living, breathing examples. Think about a common phrase like, "I am looking forward to it." If you see it just once, you will probably forget it completely by tomorrow. But if you see it 20 times across different articles and stories, it becomes a permanent, natural part of your English. You understand it instantly, without thinking. That is the incredible power of consistent exposure over time. And here is something that genuinely surprises most learners. Regular reading improves your writing. It actively strengthens your grammar, and it actually helps you begin thinking directly in English without translating. All of those benefits from just one simple daily habit. How much should you read every single day? 10 to 15 minutes. That is genuinely enough to see real, meaningful progress over time. Remember this always. Consistency beats intensity every single time. And here is one final powerful secret about building a reading habit. Read topics that you actually enjoy and genuinely find interesting. Sports, technology, travel, business, health, stories, whatever topic truly excites you. Because interest naturally creates motivation. Motivation creates consistency, and consistency creates fluency. Make reading a daily habit. Start simple, stay consistent, and watch your English transform. Step 5. Start thinking directly in English and stop translating everything. This single habit is honestly what separates struggling learners from genuinely fluent English speakers. Here is what most learners do every single time they want to express something in English. They think of what they want to say in their native language first. Then they try to translate it word by word into English. Then they finally speak. This entire process is absolutely exhausting, and it makes speaking feel impossibly slow and difficult. It is exactly like trying to drive a car that keeps stopping and restarting every few seconds. Now, here is what genuinely fluent speakers do instead. They think directly in English, and then they simply speak. No translation required, no extra mental steps, no delay, no hesitation at all. That is what real fluency actually feels like from the inside. And here is the genuinely great news about all of this. You can start building this exact habit right now, today, at whatever English level you currently are. Start with the simplest possible exercise. Look around the room you are sitting in right now. You see a chair. Think to yourself in English, that is a chair. You see a window. Think, the window is open. You see your phone nearby. Think, my phone is on the table. These are incredibly simple thoughts, but they are building an incredibly powerful mental habit day by day. Take it even further than that. Describe your actions throughout the entire day in English. When you wake up in the morning, think to yourself, I am making coffee. I am walking to work. The weather is cold today. No teacher required for this, no special equipment needed, no materials necessary, just your own mind working actively in English. And here is something that stops many learners from even trying this exercise. They worry constantly about making mistakes. But here is the absolute truth. Nobody can hear your thoughts. Your mind is genuinely the safest English practice space you will ever have in your entire life. So use it fully, freely, without any fear whatsoever. Let me explain exactly why this habit is so incredibly powerful for your English development. When you want to think something in English, but you cannot find the right word, your brain automatically goes searching for it. That moment of searching is real vocabulary learning happening in real time, organically, naturally. Not from a memorization list, not from a flashcard, from genuine, actual need. The more you practice thinking in English, the more confident and natural you feel when it is time to actually speak. Because your brain has already been quietly practicing over and over again every single day. Think of your brain as a muscle that gets stronger every time you use it. Every single English thought you have makes that muscle a little bit stronger. Spend just a few focused minutes every day thinking in English. After 6 months of doing this consistently, the difference in your English will genuinely shock you. Less hesitation when you speak, more natural confidence in conversation, and English that flows more easily and effortlessly. The less you rely on translation, the more fluent you naturally and inevitably become. Now let us bring all 5 steps together one final time. Here are the 5 steps to learning English entirely on your own. Step 1. Take full responsibility for your learning. Stop waiting for someone else. Start taking real action today. Step 2. Build a simple daily routine. Just 30 minutes every single day without exceptions. Step 3. Listen to English every single day. Train your ears consistently. Let your brain naturally absorb real language patterns. Step 4. Read easy English content daily. Build your vocabulary naturally through real, meaningful context. Step 5. Think directly in English. Stop translating everything you want to say. These 5 steps are not complicated. They are not secret. They are not difficult to understand at all. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Most people who watch this video today will not actually follow them. Not because they lack the ability or intelligence to do so, because they are still waiting for the right moment, for perfect conditions, for something to magically change on its own. Please, do not be that person. Fluency is not a gift that some lucky people are simply born with. It is a result, a direct and predictable result of consistent effort applied over time. It comes from showing up every single day, when you feel motivated and inspired, and especially on the days when you absolutely do not feel like it at all. You do not need to be perfect. Perfection is not the goal here. You need to be consistent. Consistent is truly everything. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions feel perfect. Today, right now, with whatever you currently have available to you. Your future self will look back on this exact moment and be genuinely grateful that you decided to start. If this lesson helped you in any way today, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single lesson. More powerful and practical English lessons are coming very soon, each one designed to help you improve faster and with much more confidence. We will see you in the very next lesson. Keep going. You are closer to fluency than you think.